Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast.
Hey, this is Putty from Teamworkcast.
And this is Netrunning with Teamworkcast, another exciting tournament. We leave the glamorous, the international tournaments of Chronos Protocol, and we come back to our homely little town of Cologne. We are in Hiveworld in Cologne on the 19th of April with a small, good night kit tournament thing. Just 6 people, very, very small tournament.
Oh, nice.
We know all each other. It's just, a tournament among friends, so to speak.
I like the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm on the left side, I'm not on the right.
Yeah, I know.
On the right, we have my opponent this time around, Frank. I know him from our Thursday evening Netrunner meetups. And it's really, really nice to play him in a tournament. And Frank has a history I didn't know about.
What is his history?
His history is that he was actually a serious pro Magic player.
Oh, fun!
A serious pro Magic player. I mean, a celebrity level Magic player.
I wonder if I ever had his trading card.
Oh, you mean? I don't know if you created a trading card from him.
They had trading cards for Magic players.
So he won the '96 Pro Tour in Seattle. He was the first German to win ever a Pro Tour.
Oh.
And yeah, so he was a professional, hardcore Netrunner player, not Netrunner, Magic player. But now he's playing Netrunner. Now he retired and he's just playing Netrunner for fun. And it's really, really nice to play against him because he has like this calm confidence,
Mm-hmm.
This calm, friendly confidence, and that's something I really, really appreciate. All right, he's playing Weyland. Building a better world. He gets 1 credit whenever he plays a operation, and I am playing Chaos Theory. And we should be familiar with this deck because this is basically the deck that Lubo used on the Chronos Protocol tour.
Oh.
I got it from him. I really was impressed by the way Lubo played. That was the first game on the Chronos Protocol in Düsseldorf. You should go back to that video if you haven't seen it because that deck was amazing. So I basically got the deck list from Lubo and I started playing Chaos Theory here. Mm-hmm. And I modified the deck a little bit, but not too much. It's pretty much the original one. I really like it. And it is, let's see how that plays out in my hands, the way I play it. Chaos Theory is a character, is an identity that has 1 memory unit, and otherwise the only ability that she has is that she can make very, very small decks, just 40 cards in that deck, so they're more consistent. Alright, so Frank here plays Hedge Fund and then installs 2 ISIS there. Very, very standard opening, very simple. I am playing a prepaid iPad.
Ah.
A voice pad. I always say it iPad because it's funnier. The iPad can play for events if I play it out. And then I'm doing a dirty laundry on archives.
Very nice.
And with my third click, what will I do with my third click? I have a little bit of money now, so I could play something. I decide to draw a card. And then get the money, and then it's the end of my turn. And it's Frank's turn now. He installs a card in an unprotected server and he reses it. This is our good friend Nick, our good friend Jackson Howard.
I guess as a game designer, when you see this sort of thing, do you try to make cards so that people don't use that sort of stuff anymore?
Well, the simplest way of doing this is basically to make them restrict the cards in tournaments, but you don't want to do that as a game designer because you're basically admitting that you did something wrong. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that Jackson Howard is like broken. It doesn't actually, kill runners or something. It just gives the corporation abilities which are very cool. In this case, you can draw 2 cards, and also you can trash Jackson Howard to get 2 cards from your discard pile back into your deck. Mm-hmm. So usually he's used to park agendas in archives, and Frank just put 2 agendas, 2 cards in his archives. So this might be agendas.
Ah, there's a on YouTube. There's some great games that Frank played in '96
Ooh,
of Magic. If people are interested,
I want to check them out. I ran on Jackson Howard and I trashed him, and Frank didn't use it. So then I use quality time to get 5 cards.
Nice.
I get 5 cards, so my hand is full of cards now. I have to play some cards, otherwise I would have to discard stuff. And Katie Jones is back. Katie Jones, our beautiful Katie Jones. And I'm clicking Katie Jones because I want her to have money, so I will get money.
You've lost your karmic punishment from the last time you played in a tournament.
Comic punishment?
Yeah, for completely destroying Nicholas.
Oh yeah, she didn't appear in that game. Maybe she collaborated with Nicholas. You think she would betray me?
I think she did. I think that all of his Jackson Howards called up Katie, and he's like, "Nah, don't do it, lady."
Maybe, but I kind of trust Katie Jones. She's always on time.
You should, because her and Jackson, they're working both sides against the middle. You know,
they're playing both sides. You think?
Yes. Yeah.
I had to discard a lot of cards right now.
Wizard and Andromeda, no. They're trying to bring them down.
They're trying to protect their fetal AI baby.
Yes.
I like the kind of narrative we're weaving here right now. I think we can work with this.
By the third tournament, this is going to be a fully fleshed out movie idea.
All right, next this game is going swiftly because I think it was the next turn or something because I got more money and then I clicked Katie again. And then it's Frank's turn. Frank has installed an ice and a card there, and he advanced that card. This could be an agenda. This could be anything. I am like, whoa. Should I risk it? Should I attack this?
I think you should.
Well, he has an ice in front of it, so I'm unlikely to get through this.
Well, he's also playing Weyland. He could hurt you.
Yeah.
So it's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
But you might as well try.
Yeah. Frank is a mastermind player. he knows how card games are being played, even though he played a completely different card game there. But it's the same game designer that designed Magic and Netrunner, so maybe there's common DNA there. So I'm running his hand and I find a Caduceus. I'm running the server and I find a Caduceus. Huh. And then the first trace fires, he doesn't increase the first strength, the trace, and he gets money from the first trace. So the second trace fires, and he doesn't increase the second trace either, which is curious. And but I don't break it either, so basically this means end the run, and he got the money back that he invested into Caduceus. So I guess a good play for him, but it was curious that he didn't try to invest money into keeping me out. This gives me hints on what's going on here, even though I haven't completely picked up I just like, whatever, he rests ice, it's over. Alright, so I'm playing a Diesel to get more cards. I'm drinking and chugging an energy drink.
We used to buy cases of balls. Have you ever drank the energy drink balls?
There's no balls here in Germany.
BAWLS.
I know how it's written, but I never drank it myself.
So good.
All right, so there is a Plascrete being played out there. Very important against Weyland because Frank will probably try to kill me. That's what the Weyland usually does, and Plascrete prevents meat damage. The tools that Frank will probably use in order to kill me. A little bit of glare going on there. I apologize for this. Sadly, my camera is not the best. But no matter. We're going to explain all the cards that are being played. We're going to show them all to you. We're going to make those sweet animations whenever we play cards. So you know exactly what's going on right now.
We need to start putting them on Netrunner DB.
Alright, so I had to discard something. And then Frank installs another server there.
Oh, you got rid of Maker's Eye?
Yeah. I can always get it back with the same old thing.
That's true.
There's just more important cards on my hand right now. And also, as long as I don't have a breaker, the Maker's Eye is a dead card in my hand.
That's true. All right, I take it back.
All right, that one card was advanced once more, but didn't score. He didn't score it. I am thinking, thoughts being thought right now.
Thoughts
Oh yeah, Frank, by the way, we haven't mentioned this. Frank played Beanstalk Realities to get some more money. I am playing a self-modifying code, yes! I can trash self-modifying code to get a program out of my deck and play it immediately, and I can make it during a run. And also I'm playing same old thing, the card we just talked about, I can use it to replay events from my discard pile. And then it's Frank's turn. I click Katie.
There's a lot of steam being churned right now.
Yes. We're using earwax. Alright, Frank ices up his archives, interestingly. Usually you see the player has style if he ever installs something on our archives.
I think that the style factor comes in with these card sleeves.
Oh, that's you do like the greens after all, right?
I've come around to the green. I actually think that I prefer it over my orange and blue.
So Frank also installed a card in that server. He filled the second server with it. So he has 2 remote servers now, ice everywhere. I don't have a breaker, but I do have self-modifying code. And I'm getting the money from Katie. Look at this money. I'm getting so much money. Oh, yes.
Delicious monies. Yes.
Delicious monies.
Yes.
It was 12 monies. That is a good sum of money to work with. Now I can get whatever breaker I need in order to pass to get into every server he has set up there.
He's separating his money into groups of 5.
We can see exactly how much money he has. He has 13. I am at 14. That looks good, man. Come on, Krystian, you gotta run a server, right? You gotta run them servers. Make him rest that ice. I have still 3 clicks left. There's so much running for me to do this turn. Alright, I'm playing a Gordian Blade. It was on my hand all along, so I can't get it with self-modifying code, so I have to get it out right now in case I encounter a code gate. Gordian Blade, a very efficient breaker for code gates. Third click, I'm playing a Shakana. A Shakana, a very rare. Nobody uses this program, which kind of like always infuriates me because
This
it's such
the one that increases each agenda, right?
Yeah, so whenever I run on R&D successfully, it gets a counter, virus counter, and then that virus counter, when it has 3, then agendas cost 1 more to score, which is great against fast advanced type of decks and generally great against any kind of corporation that tries to score things. So I'm running the R&D, of course, and there's a Draco there, and the Draco is a strength 1. Because when you rest Draco, the corp can decide how much strength the Draco has by paying additional money. So that's what Frank did. He paid once. So now Draco is at strength 1. And I'm trashing self-modifying code to get an addition. Do I do this? I'm not sure if I do this. Because I have a breaker of sentries. The Draco's a sentry, but it is super expensive, and I wouldn't have the money to get through Draco. Instead, I'm trying to out-trace Draco. He doesn't increase the trace. He doesn't spend extra money to increase the trace, so I spent just 2 monies and I get through.
Well played.
Alright, and then I access a card, but it's nothing. However, Shakana gets a token. Are you looking up some more Wizard and Andromeda?
Yes.
Fan fiction?
I'm actually
You're doing
curious.
research.
I
Yes!
may have actually met Frank in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, because we ran a tournament in Sandusky, Ohio. That was one of the first places to go for one of the very early Pro Tour qualifiers.
Ah.
So I was looking to see if they had a listing of who won.
Well, Frank right now rezzed Jackson Howard in that server of his, which is a huge relief for me because I thought it might have been agenda. It is just Jackson Howard. And then he gets just 2 money and draws the cards and stuff like that. So he does his corporation stuff. I'm thinking of using the same old thing to get maybe that Maker's Eye run. Maybe. I don't have too much money, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I decide not to do it. I'm getting a card, yeah. Get a card, Krystian. Come on, get a card.
You can do it.
You can do it, Krystian. Camera is shaking. Camera is shaking uncontrollably.
Oh, we got another leg shaker.
No, I think that was the guys playing next to us. They're engaging in a very very turbulent part of the game.
They're hugging it out.
Yeah, they're using arm wrestling to figure out who gets through the ice. All right, I'm playing Sure Gamble. That's good for me. I get up the monies. Final click. Clicking Katie. I'm playing for the long game. You sometimes, as a runner, you have to realize that sometimes you just have time, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't need to do everything on every turn. He plays subliminal messaging, the cards that breaks both our heads.
I think that we can let that joke go. We can let it go.
Yeah, we do get the card, alright guys? We do get the card. You don't have to explain it in the comments. It's just so hilariously complicated. Alright. And then he installs another ice in front of that server with the advancement tokens on it. Does he really? Is he really trying to convince me that this isn't actually an agenda there? I'm thinking it might be post a bounty.
I don't know.
If it was a post a bounty, then he can at any point, given point, you can score it when he gets a scorched earth on his hand, and then he can kill me. You know.
Well, he looks like he's maybe not so patiently waiting for you to finish your turn so he can murder you. So I'm gonna say yes.
You think Frank is a murderous person? I'm playing another prepaid iPad and I'm clicking Katie.
You didn't do a run. He got it back.
He got back his subliminal messaging. You know, you can tell that Frank is a pro player because he remembers subliminal messaging. I just always forget. I always forget. Because in Octagon, that's a problem. When you play Octagon, you don't have to remember certain things.
Yeah.
Such as subliminal messaging. So whenever you're like, I played so much on Octagon, I'm like super pro player now. And then you go to an actual tournament and it's like everything has been done manually and it's like, whoa.
Oh my god.
I have to do math in my head and everything.
You mean I have to remember that when I'm trashing stuff, I can use Wizard's ability?
You mean I have to remember that I have bad publicity? Ugh.
Where's that sound? That
boo! Click. Anyway, so it is Frank's turn. Frank is considering things. He is looking at the ice in front of... apparently Jackson Howard needs serious protection.
Dang.
It's a very valuable Jackson Howard.
Essential component of his deck.
So that's why there was another ice installed in front of Jackson Howard. And I get the money from Katie. Katie has been charged up with money. There is 6 monies I got from Katie. Now I should have a handsome sum of money to play indexing. Yes!
Ooh.
Indexing. That's the card that one of the cards I put into the deck because it was missing there. Indexing lets me access 5 cards on R&D. Not access, but see 5 cards on R&D.
And arrange them in any order.
Yeah. I'm not accessing them. So that's very good against something like Jinteki. You can avoid all the snares. Not exactly something I'm actually worried about right now, but I can... You know, the idea is that I can always fish out the agenda and put it on top and then run again and then get the agenda.
The problem is then you have to keep track of everything, and you're already keeping track of so much.
Yeah. But you know, it's just, you know, I really just want to get the agenda. All right, so I got the Garrote out with my self-modifying code and broke the Draco, and then I have access to 5 cards. I look at the cards carefully and arrange them in the order I want Frank to access cards in the future.
And you've got 2 clicks left and maybe $5. You could score a bunch of agendas right now.
Yeah, all right, so Chakana gets a token. Did I remember this? The 3rd click, I'm running again. No, I remember the token. The 3rd click, I'm running again. There's something... Oh yeah, he tells me to put credits on the Plascrete. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm running again, and then Frank does something very, very smart. He uses Jackson Howard.
Oh! I just realized what this does to you. Oh no!
I waited for Nick to figure this out. So he uses Jackson Howard, and Jackson Howard mixes cards from the discard pile in back into the deck, and then you have to shuffle the deck. So the cards that I carefully arranged on top of R&D are now mixed up with the rest.
What a fantastic turn of events.
Something that I knew that people can do. To be perfectly honest, I forgot about this when I played indexing. So, you know, it was a bit of a mistake there. But on the other hand, getting rid of Jackson and getting counters on Chakana is good in my book, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, due to circumstances, this wasn't a complete loss for me. But... it's good that he did this, because I found 2 agendas there, and it would have given me like 5 points or so. So that was good that he used Jackson Howard in this moment.
That's true.
But yeah, I probably should.
You trashed another Jackson.
I trashed another Jackson Howard. Jackson Howards are falling left and right.
Oh man, I tell you. So, in this world, is Jackson Howard a position rather than a name?
And there we go. I scored a 3-point agenda anyway.
Good job.
See, even without indexing, I score an agenda.
Little do you know, you're gonna die this turn.
Yes, it's possible, because I scored 3 points, and Frank plays a very vicious kind of deck. Frank doesn't do the regular, scorched earth kind of situation. That's for peasants. Frank is a corporation with style. He uses punitive counter-strike.
Oh no!
So he uses 2 punitive counter-strikes. I don't have any money, so I cannot stop the traces that they fire. And I'm getting damage as much damage as I scored agenda points last turn. I scored 3 agenda points. He plays two punitive counter strikes. I get 6 meat damage. I have to lose all my hand cards and my plastic carapace. I'm not dead yet. I was lucky that I'm not dead.
That is fantastic.
And that's what he tells me. But you know, he had to play it, because you have with punitive Counter-Strike you have just so many windows to play it, and a 3-point agenda is as good as it gets for punitive Counter-Strike.
I saw that you have Sure Gamble in your hand. How sad! How sad for the man with no money.
No money, no, and I have to draw up cards. So come on, man. And of course he gets back the subliminal messaging, because I didn't do any run on this turn. I just drew up cards because I don't want to die, man. I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Oh, no, man. Look at me being clumsy and everything.
Oh yeah, show him that card. Show him.
He saw that I have a self-modifying code. Kind of a bit of a problem right now, because I cannot play the self-modifying code, because there's already, I'm using up, no, I'm not using up, yeah, I cannot play the self-modifying code. It uses 2 MUs and I'm using already 4. Another pickle situation, kind of situation I'm in right now. Frank installs a card in front of R&D. R&D has proven to be quite vulnerable so far, so it's good to ice up there a little bit. It explains why Frank hasn't been too protective about his R&D. He kind of wanted me to score my agenda.
Yeah. That's just mean. Oh, good job! You stole a deck from me! Boom!
Yeah. Revenge. Alright, so I'm playing another same old thing. I dieseled up a little bit to get it. I drank some more. I chugged more balls.
You are buzzing right now.
Do you think it's balls? Maybe it's Mountain Dew.
I don't know, man. It could be diesel. It could be a combination of them all. You never know.
In Germany, diesel is usually referred to like cola mixed with beer.
That's weird. Diesel, I guess, in the States is refers to the fuel.
Well, the diesel is also the fuel, obviously, but
yeah.
Come on. We're talking about drinks.
We're talking about Vin Diesel, best actor in the world.
Oh man, I should have like alternate art Diesel with Vin Diesel on it. That would be so great.
I don't understand. Fantasy Flight could put that out. I'd pay $20 for a Vin Diesel drinking diesel.
Oh man, that would be so great. This Vin Diesel shows up with 3 cards in his hand, like here, man. And remember, watch the next episode of Ridicules of Chronic. Ridicules of Chronic.
Ridicules of Chronic. Wow. We're getting into a whole other drug now.
Let's watch Ridicules of Chronic.
Ridicules of Chronic. This is where Vin Diesel is an academic. And he's
Vin Diesel,
ridiculing.
I really would have loved to play some Dungeons and Dragons with Vin Diesel.
I know, right?
I think he would have been a cool guy to play with. And also, I think he's been a really cool guy on Fast and Furious. I love Fast and Furious. It's my guilty pleasure of movies.
I don't know if you have to say it's a guilty pleasure, in so much as it is an amazing movie.
All right, account siphons being
Count
played.
Siphon.
There's just one ice in front of HQ, and it is a barrier for all the other things. And I don't have any answer to the barrier right now, so it's like... Oh, by the way, he purged counters. We missed that. He purged counters. So the Chicana doesn't work anymore. He can spend 3 clicks, so his entire round, to purge all of the virus counters in the entire game. So now that Chicana doesn't work anymore, I have charged up again. I decided to play... This is the good moment to play the self-modifying code. With the second click. And now it's a third click. We are kind of confused, or I'm confused about the clicks. And then I'm clicking Katie. I want to click Katie, but I forgot that I already took the money from Katie, so I cannot use her anymore. So instead I just draw cards. I'm a confused person. Good thing that Frank is there to help me out.
So say Frank is... Yeah. We're all riding the train. Frank is the driver.
Frank, take the wheel, Frank. Alright, I was lucky in this game that I didn't die from those punitive counter strikes. Let's see if I can make it count. Let's see if I can take my luck and make the best out of it.
You're the best around.
I'm the best around. Nah. I'm not the best around, sadly. Alright, Frank gets money and then that's it. And he has to discard a card. Lots of cards in archives right now. If we have learned anything from the last game against Plush, is that I probably should run on archives more frequently.
Gotta keep him honest.
Keep the corporation honest. Alright, we're doing one more account siphon this round. We're using same old thing to play account siphon. And this time around we're using accounts self-modifying code to get out a Corroder. So now I have all my breakers out, the entire breaker suit. You know what the beauty is about this breaker suit, Nick?
Is that it doesn't cost very much?
Yes, but it's even better. Like, all of the breakers are exactly the same. all of them are 2 strength and they break a subroutine for 1. And you level them up for 1. It's like the same breaker for every type of ice, so you don't have to remember anything. So that's why I'm getting through this wall of static, and then I am playing Lawyer Up to get rid of the 2 tags. It cost me 2 clicks, but I get rid of 2 tags and I draw up 2 cards. How cool is that?
That is Excellent. I'm sure that he's very angry that he now has to keep playing.
Yeah, I mean, this is really... I mean, the Lawyer Up is exactly a card that was made for account siphon. You do something criminal, and then you get lawyers to like, it's
whatever.
you know, regulations and stuff, and I'm also a little bit, you know, disabled and everything, so you shouldn't sue me. It's like that woman that sued the parents of the kid that she ran over. Have you heard about that?
No.
It was all over the news. Some confusion going on about the number of amount of money I have. I think it's about the. Oh yeah, I haven't used the credits from my prepaid voice pads to pay for Lawyer Up. Because it costs, I think, 2 monies. I think 2 monies it costs. And I'm doing a Maker's Iron now that I have all the breakers out.
Get in there!
The world is my oyster.
Enigma.
And I meet Enigma, no problem. Just break it for 3.
I'm like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. This Rubik's Cube is nothing.
I'm just gonna solve it in the back of this car. I'm seeing 3 cards and I'm trashing the final one in another Jackson Howard. How many Jackson Howard have you killed this game already?
I'm telling you, I think Jackson Howard is a position title and not the name of a guy. You're Jackson Howard. Yeah.
Could very, very well be.
Hi, my name's Krystian Majewski. Jackson Howard. What?
Alright, I'm doing an infiltration on that card that he had installed and lying around there, and I found out it has been a cerebral override all this time. Oh. Good thing I haven't run on this, and good thing I'm playing Infiltration. You know, Infiltration is a card from the core set, and actually people stopped using this.
It makes me sad.
It's one of those cards that I think people are like, you know, man, this card is for babies.
I think
A real runner just face checks everything.
That's true.
and that's maybe an interesting attitude you got there. But you know, Infiltration for those kinds of cases is good because it like solves the problem of those shell games where you just don't know what kind of card is installed somewhere.
I think Magic the Gathering has sort of primed card game players for this because in like the tournament structures, you don't play the older sets. So I think that people are primed to just not think about like the core sets, and now you can think about all of the the Spin Cycle was the first one.
It could be an aspect, but it's not like people not. I mean, the Corroder there, for example, is also from the core set. People are not shunning the Corroder. Yeah. It's more the fact that you know that it seems like it's a solution to a problem that you can solve differently by exposing yourself to danger. And then the dangerous way is kind of like the real way, so you deal with the real consequences, you know. But you know, I think Infiltration is on its way back, especially with a new identity, something like Silhouette in the new Honor and Profit expansion, who does more expose effects. So yeah, I think that's good. So I'm getting more cards, and this camera is shaking like crazy.
You've juiced up your game, huh?
And Frank, we've been talking about all this time, but yeah, Frank trashed the cerebral overwriter and installed a different card in that server now. So yes!
Little do any of us know that it's actually another cerebral override.
And I'm getting out another prepaid voice pad. This time I install it so it doesn't cost me a goddamn thing.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Eggs.
2 cards in 2 servers. I'm asking him for the mandatory draw because I did the Maker's Iron, so I'm keeping track of the cards, how many cards he's drawn, so I know when is the time where I will see new cards if I run on R&D. I do a run on the archives to keep it honest, and there's another Draco there. A Strength 0 Draco. I'm breaking Strength 0 Draco and I'm accessing all the cards. There's nothing of interest there, although I see that he discarded an Archer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, Frank doesn't have an agenda scored, and to rest Archer you would need to sacrifice an agenda, and so, you know. Yes. So he plays another, I think he plays another subliminal messaging there. And that card that he installed, he advances it. Once.
It's like putting a kick me sign.
It's like saying like, psst, psst, hey, psst, psst.
Come over here.
So it's beaconing me, and I'm like, whoa, this might be a bad choice. But luckily I'm playing this wonderful Lubo deck. By the way, it's also uploaded on Netrunner DB as a Lubo theory.
And your username is Christman?
Yes, so you can check out my deck. I find it very good. There are a variation on this type of deck has spread like Wi-Fi in our community. So I'm using the same old thing to use infiltration to see what kind of card there is. I'm not exactly sure what I saw there. Because he showed it so quickly, but apparently it's not very important, or maybe it's important because... Anyway, I'm getting sure gamble with my third click. And if it was an important card, then I would probably run on this server. Mm-hmm. Yes, I will run the server. It's probably an agenda, so I will grab myself the agenda. So he doesn't rest the outer ice, and I break through caduceus for, you know, almost nothing. Like
whatever.
It's like 2 money or something.
You just ring a bell and it gets out of your way. Ooh.
3 money. And I get the posted bounty.
Yeah, posted bounty.
With the Matrix woman. What is her name again?
Trinity.
Yeah, Trinity on it. I was talking about the actor. What's her name?
Oh,
something like Moss?
Carrie-Anne Moss or something like that?
Yeah, Carrie-Anne Moss, yeah. Alright. And he just gets money and discards a card. I'm a little bit worried that he wants to get money, because if, you know, Weyland gets money, then usually that means they're trying to kill me. They're trying to do some kind of scorch earth thing. I'm playing out another same old thing. And my deck is almost over. There's almost no cards in my deck anymore.
You don't need any more.
You think I have this game wrapped up?
You got this in the bag, son.
Well, I have only four agenda points, and I'm doing a dirty laundry on archives. No, on R&D. Because I know there's fresh cards for me to see on R&D. Man, that rhymed. And there is nothing of importance there. I break through the Enigma and through the Draco. It is very cheap for me to get through the stuff because of my efficient breakers. And because I am rich. I'm a rich runner. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed, Nick.
What are you disappointed in?
You know, Chaos Theory is cuddling with Dinosaurus on her card.
But you don't have Dinosaurus in your deck, do you?
I don't, yeah.
I think that it should be required.
Yeah, I think so too. He plays Beanstalk Realities to money up a little bit.
I just want to see a larger suite of consoles made out of whatever Jackson Howard is sitting in front of.
You know, yeah, that would be really great. But generally, the problem that Netrunner has is that the core set consoles are really good, and it's difficult to figure out what's going on. So I'm playing another infiltration to see that there is alright. So there is my winning agenda in there. I have what? I have 11 monies there. It's no problem for me to get in there and snatch them agendas. I'm considering if you know, if I have enough money, and he's like, Jesus, are you kidding me, man? Let's move on to the second game. So I'm running the server, and it's indeed just an ice wall and an enigma, and I'm snatching myself that sweet agenda, Nick.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. So yeah, that was pretty good for me, not very good for Frank. He had his opportunity to kill me there,
Yeah, just because you've managed to live, it was... Yeah. His kill strike wasn't enough. That little girl, she's resilient. She's like the little girl in Aliens.
She looks like she's not that tough, but she has it because she's a Wunderkind. That's something that annoys me, Nick.
A Wunderkind?
Yeah, because it says Wunderkind with an umlaut, you know.
It's like Motley Crue. It just looks cool.
Because to make it sound more like as if it's German, but that's not how you spell it. Wunderkind in German. You spell it without the umlaut in German. So that's why I'm annoyed by this a little bit.
Is he playing McCaffrey?
Yes. Wait a minute. What is he playing? He's playing Kit. So we are moving on to the second game. I am playing NBN Making News. After seeing so many NBN identities, I decided to get on the dark side, play Fast Advance myself. So I will be playing Fast Advance. NBN Making News has 2 credits.
What's this?
What?
What you got? These aren't clear.
No, that's not mine. The yellow ones are Frank's cards.
I was almost excited there for a second.
No, sorry, Nick. Sorry to disappoint you this way. Frank is playing the yellow cards. He's playing as Real Kid Peddler. The identity I started out with, actually.
Yeah.
It's a Shaper identity, and you know the ability, Nick, right?
Yeah, the first piece of ice that they encounter each turn is a code gate.
Yes.
That is fantastic.
That is a very cool ability, and sadly, we don't see Real Kid Peddler being used too often. I don't know why. She has a very cool way of getting into things, because everything turns into code gates, and so with an efficient code gate breaker, everything is cool for Real.
Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with... I don't think that she'd be very well equipped to deal with Fast Advance very well. I don't know.
No, we are just about to find out. So with my identity with NBN, I can increase traces, but that's not the reason why people are using it for Fast Advance. The reason why people are using it for Fast Advance is that NBN has the sweet agendas, and this, of course, Sansan. So it has all the tools to make agendas cost less. So I can score agendas directly out of hand without having to install them into servers. And yes, I will be trying to start the Astro Train. The combination of multiple Astro Train... No, not the Astro Train. Astro Script pilot program agendas in a row. Each agenda decreases the advancement cost of the next agenda, so you can combo them together and make this chain. If I pull off a successful chain, I will get 6 points in total.
Man, I'm having flashbacks to my Magic the Gathering days now.
So
we're talking about Train, we're talking about Magic Pro Tour qualifiers. The day of the Magic Pro Tour qualifier, we broke into this guy's house who was helping us run this thing, and we ate all of his breakfast food before he woke up in the morning. He was angry at us.
That is... You are the worst.
Yes.
I'm gonna quit this podcast right there. How can you do that?
18-year-old me was not a nice person, apparently.
I'm having flashbacks of all the times where I woke up, my girlfriend ate all the bread, and it's like I'm not getting breakfast today, I guess.
Oh, my wife eats all of our eggs. All of them.
I can't be bothered to go out myself to buy me
I know.
All right, I am installing card in front of my R&D. The game begins.
Frank has
R&D card installed, HQ card installed. My NBN Fast Advance deck is doing things, and of course I'm playing it in a Weyland way because I install a card unprotected. But Frank is unfazed. He checks it. It's a Jackson Howard.
Jackson Howard. Is he gonna trash it? He does! Yeah. Oh, goodbye, Jackson.
Oh, he trashes Jackson Howard? He does indeed.
So is he using your pawns?
He's using my pawns because he doesn't have them there himself.
Oh, okay.
So he makes a run on my HQ and my R&D, and he discovers a wraparound and a pop-up window.
The pop-up window.
The pop-up window lets him through. I just get to money every time he gets through it, and the wraparound stops him. There's a barrier. He needs a barrier breaker. It's actually very good against Kit, because if he doesn't have a barrier breaker out, then wraparound has ridiculously high strength. It's 7 or something. Thinking what to do there. Installing an ice. Wait a minute. Installing an ice. Yeah, it is an ice. And I'm installing something inside the server protected by that ice. What could it be? Maybe it's already the first agenda. It's good to score an agenda early if you can.
It's true. Have you left your ways of murdering all of the innocent runners trying to make a fast buck?
I've seen NBN decks that kill people. This is not one of those. It is a pure fast advance deck. He runs on it. It is a caduceus. 2 traces. First trace gives me money. Second trace ends the run. And of course the trick is that you get the money from the first trace, and then you can use that money to invest in a second trace. So yeah, the runner has to break both traces in order to get through this.
How useful.
And yeah, I'm using the credits from my identity to keep Frank out. It is useful, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Like it's like, you know, it's like a little, you know, all eventualities are covered. The thing pays for itself. If you get that money from the first race, you even pay for the rest cost from the ice. It's like, it's so efficient. But I personally don't like traceable ice. It's like, it's not as...
I don't know. Maybe, am I thinking of Data Raven? I think I am.
It's good with NBN because NBN can increase traces anyway. But if you're playing with a different kind of identity, you know, you're never sure if the runners will be able to, will actually, you know, just pay the trace and then get through. So you want to spend more money on the traces, and then you just waste money.
So in a deck that I'm thinking about, I want to focus on the Data Raven. But I don't know. I've been working on creating decks all day so that I can learn more.
All right, so it is his turn now. He makes a run on that server, and he scores. It is a restructured data pool. It's 3 points. How unfortunate! I wanted to score this huge agenda very early on, and it didn't work out so well. All right, then he runs on my R&D. He has a Yorg out, so he can break everything, and he gets even like a Project Beal.
Oh man!
So he's at 5 points. Not very good for me. He has his York out. He can break all of my eyes there, I think. No, he cannot break the wraparound. The wraparound is still stopping him. I'm hedge funding up. My AstroTrain plan. Well, the AstroScript. He didn't steal AstroScript, so my AstroScript plan may still work out. I'm increasing the protection on the advanced server. I need to pump out an agenda there, and I'm increasing the protection on my R&D. How wise of me!
It's a good idea.
And then I wanted to use a force click, but realized I don't have a force click because I'm a corporation. So then it's Frank's turn. Just within, look at this, minimal setup.
Yogg, and that's it.
Yogg and Kit. That's all you need. He runs on R&D and he finds a second pop-up window. I'm getting money for every time he runs there, but there's an extra script and the game is over. The game is over. I didn't think he would find an agenda so soon.
Oh my god.
I had some bad luck there.
No kidding.
He would have, he said that he would have, same old thing, no, self-modified code, Magnum Opus, but it doesn't matter. I should have put a wraparound on R&D, but I wanted to have a protected server, and I didn't think that, that there would be, agendas on top of R&D. So that's it. That's the first round of the tournament. What did you think, Nick?
I like that you're not playing Weyland anymore.
Yeah, I like to change my identities for every tournament. So every tournament we have a different identity. Because, of course, people are watching. I don't want to bore people to death.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's very good of you. For me, I would just sit there with the same deck and like, oh, okay, that didn't work out this time. I just fine-tune the thing to death.
That is not true, Nick. I've played you on Octagon. You're playing something different every time. You are you have the same kind of mentality as I have. You want to experience all of the identities. You want to have as much experience as you can.
Yeah, I want to. So that's what I'm doing right now. I haven't made my own deck yet, but I'm working on it right now.
Yes. So we encourage you also to try different identities, to experiment with your decks. I think if you are a Netrunner player, you're kind of probably doing it already. I would assume. And I hope you will join us next time. Do you think I will do well in this tournament, Nick?
I think that you're going to hack the planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.